Ankit Jain. I welcome you all to my Udemy course, Salesforce Admin and the Development Project. If you are the one who want to master their essential skills to become the Salesforce administrator as well as the developer by evaluating your skills against the real world project, then this is the course for you. In this course, we will be covering everything from the user management to the custom app development. We will be going over the multiple administrative fundamentals like the user setup, security, data management, automations using the flows, approval processes, data duplicate management, assignment rules, and the escalation rules to the custom development like the Apex coding, Lightning Web Component, as well as the advanced integration. The key highlights of this project is definitely you will be building few complex flows, triggers, as well as the LWC. Not only that, in this project, we will be using the trigger and the error logging framework. Folks, in the real world, when the enterprises build their application, they don't write down the plain vanilla trigger or they don't avoid the error logging because these are the key perspectives for their application. So for that, they typically go and use the very robust framework. And in this project, I will walk you through those kinds of frameworks as well. Not only that, we will be also building the Apex REST services and also doing the call outs to the external system as well. So throughout this course, folks, you'll be working on the practical projects that demonstrate the real world Salesforce solution to you. So what all different things that we do have in this project? Again, before we go there, a quick intro about me. My name is Ankit Jain. I do have more than 12 years of Salesforce experience and I am a Salesforce certified architect as well. Moreover, I am known for my YouTube channel, Take Journey with Ankit, and also I am popular on the top mate. I got the rewards like the choice mentor and the curator in the tech community. So in case you folks are looking for one-to-one connect with me, do check out my top mate profile as well. Once I will hand over this document to you, the link for the top mate will be available in the same document. Not only that, I am a 4-star ranger and the 13x certified on the Salesforce part. Now, let's go and deep dive and try to understand what all different things that we will be learning in this project. So we'll start with the data modeling, where we will touch base the formula fields, roll-up summary, validation rules, lookup filters, field dependency, as well as the field history. Then we move to the UI part, under which we will go over the record types, page layouts, and the lightning pages. Then we also touch base the security part, where we will deep dive into all the different types of security like the object level, field level, record level, public groups, as well as the sharing rule. Eventually, we will move to the support part of the admin, where we will also try to see how you can build the assignment rules, escalation rules, duplicate roles, as well as the email template. And finally, we will also be writing down the complex flows using the screen flow and the record trigger flow and building the approval processes as well. Then we'll move on the development part. On the development, we will be writing down the multiple triggers using the error and the trigger logging framework. Moreover, we will also be building the complex Apex classes, asynchronous Apex classes, as well as the test classes to make sure that we are meeting the basic requirement of the Salesforce. Again, in the test classes, I make sure that I am using all the kinds of standards that the enterprises do follow, like using the test data factory, so that all the test data will be created at one place. One more thing that I would like to highlight to you folks in this project, I'm making sure that I'm following all the best practices and the recommended practices proposed by the Salesforce. Somewhere you guys also have a feeling that if this particular requirement can also be met using the flows, or when I'm building the flows, is it necessary to build the flows? Can we not write down the Apex? The answer to this is yes, but again, it's completely up to you whether you want to go for the Apex or the flow by evaluating the certain factors. And the key factors here is the complexity and the data that you have to process. Coming to the topics that we will be discussing in this project, then we want the integration part, like where we'll be building the REST services. We'll also see how to make the callouts from the Apex and how to test the APIs using the Postman. On the LWC front, we will be building how you can go and create your own custom layouts. How you will be creating the reusable components, how to do the error handling in the LWC, how you can effectively do the communication between the components, and finally we will also be touching the few advanced stuff like how you can invoke the flow from the LWC as well. So folks, in case you are planning to go and purchase this course, make sure that the basic prerequisites are meeting for you. For example, you have the basic knowledge of the admin, Apex, integration, as well as the LWC. So let's go and take a deep dive into how this project will look like in our org. So this is our landing page of the application where the user can go and hunt for the car. So here user can go and search for the car using the car on rental application. The basic motive of building this application is the user can come here, search for the different cars based on the available filters, right? Look up for the car, right? Check out the ratings and the key features of the car and then book the car from here. But this is something which is the only upper layer. But at the back end, there are lots of other things that needs to be done. For example, once you are doing the booking of the car, you have to go and evaluate the booking cost. You have to make sure that you are following up with the customer for the payments and all those stuff. So complete end-to-end life cycle of the car rental we are evaluating in this particular project. So let me show you how you can go and get the estimate of the car. So what you can do here is before you go and come for the booking, you can come here and click on the button estimate booking. Here we are launching the flow from the lightning web component where user can go and pass the start date and the end date of the car, right? In case user have any coupon code, they can go and apply the coupon code from here and then click on the estimate now button. Here, based on the start date and the available date and based on the rental rate available for the car, the different pricing is coming up and user can get the appropriate estimates of the car. Once the estimation part has been done, user can come here and book the car from here. So here user can go and create the booking. So let's say I am creating the booking for this customer in case you do have any coupon code that you want to apply, right? And I want to do this booking, let's say from 5th of November to 7th of November and click on the create booking. Now, once the booking has been created, user will be navigated to the detail page of the booking where user can see the complete life cycle of the booking. As of now, the booking is available in the pending state as user have not done any payment. But this is the area where user can see all the details about the payment that user have to do. Then the user can come here and start making the payments one after the other. For example, the user is making the first initial payment, let's say of 1,000 rupees and clicking on the save button. As soon as the payment has been made, again based on the logic that we have written at the back end, the booking is confirmed now and the payment status become partially paid. But the total amount that user have to pay now is the booking balance. And all these calculation folks we are doing at the back end using the triggers as well as the flows and the formula fields. There are lots of stuff that has been written at the back end using which all these calculations has been done. For example, let's say now the user have to make the security deposit of 612. So user can come here, make a new payment of time security deposit and putting the amount here as the 6112. How this 6112 is coming up, for that also there is a logic that has been written at the back end, right? It's something about the system defined value based on the base price of the booking, and that's how the security deposit amount is coming up. Now the security deposit amount has been paid. Here you can see the total security deposit that is required and the paid is same now. Next thing here is the booking balance of 2060 that also let me go and pay it. So here I am making the another payment, that is the partial payment of 2060 and clicking on save button. So here, as soon as I am making everything paid, the payment status has been changed to paid and my booking has been confirmed as well. Now let's say the user have taken the booking and the booking has been completed. Here I am marking that as the current status. Once the booking is completed, then the agent will come and the car return process will be initiated. This car return process, it will check what is the fuel level when the handover has been given. In case there is any damage in the car, then the agent can go and report the damage. For example, let's say here I am putting the bumper is damaged. If the agents do have the if the agents do have the images of the damage, agent can go and upload it. Now agent can make the decision whether the full security deposit needs to be refunded or something needs to be deducted. Moreover, agent can also go and capture the rating from the customer. For example, let's say here I am capturing the rating from the customer that the car was clean and giving good average. and click on the next. Then the automation process will go and close the booking. So there are lots of automation, as I said, that has been written at the back end, which is making end-to-end journey for car on rental application successful. As I said, there are lots of things that we will be building in this project. So these are the different flows that we will be building, around 7 flows that we will be building, where we do have the flavors for the screen flow and the record trigger flow. In the record trigger flow also, we are building the before flow and the after flow as well. We will be building the multiple triggers on the different objects, around 5 triggers that we will be building in this project, and we will also be building the multiple components as well. Not only that, folks, in case you go and purchase this course, you will get the complete documentation of this project as well. This documentation is very well written with all the snippets that you should know. This is how the data model diagram of our project will look like. And this document will talks about each and everything that you should know about this project. So the way I with this project, you will not only get the document, but whatever the code that I have built in this project will also be available to you. So I am pretty much excited for you folks to go and purchase this course and take your learning to the next level along with me. Again, I'm requesting you, in case while going over this course, if you do have any question, any queries, you can drop your questions or queries in the Q&A section. And in case you folks like to have one-to-one connect with me, please do that on the top mate. Thank you.